First of all, thank you for everyone that's subscribed to this channel. Thank you so much. And I will continue to work hard to make this even better than I could ever dream of. To push and stretch so that I can share more information with everyone. There's one thing that I think is a starting point to this channel is, what's this CTC thing all about? It's my opportunity to talk to my younger self. If I could go back in time when I was 15, 16, 17 and give him advice. And it goes for you too. Whether you're 50, 60, 70 or more, there's a younger self in you that may be ready to take a step in a different direction. That's what the CTC is all about. Commitment, tenacity, and consistent work ethic are the guiding principles of my life and what I have done. The CTC Lab is about your work, your communication and leadership, your image, the way you present yourself to the world, and the degree your health. This is exactly what I'm going to be talking about. I believe it's a great starting point. You can always evolve it and change it as you go, but that's a great place to start. If I could tell to my younger self, he's asking me if I want to work for somebody or be on my own, I would tell him, if you feel you'd be happier at a 9 to 5, then go for it. Find the best 9 to 5. The one that pays you the most, the one with the best benefits. But if that is not really what makes you happy, which most of us in the long run find out, than being cooped up in 4 walls, being told what you're worth, and they decide when you go and when you come, when you take your vacations, if you want to take a sick day. For instance, today, I was feeling like I needed some extra mental, some quiet time. I took it before I came to the gym to get my head together. I couldn't do that if I was working for somebody. I'd get in trouble because I wasn't there on time. That's one of the key ingredients of being self-employed. Number 2, communication and leadership. There is nothing in this world that compares in anything that we can do, in any profession, anything in life, from the most simplest thing as standing up in church to say a few words, giving a mini speech at a special occasion, whether it's the holidays, a wedding, a graduation. And then, work. Whether you have to stand up and say something, you have to be able to put some coherent sentences together and talk impromptu. The second part of that is the leadership, is having that you know what's inside of you to be able to get up and do that. Whatever way you want to repair that, fix, improve it, that's your choice. But for me, I can tell you, there's no better way than Toastmasters. Because you can start from the ground up, you have no communication or leadership, and yet you do it. That's the key to Toastmasters. It's a family environment, it's a safe place to fall and get up. For me, there's no better organization for that. The skills that you pick up are amazing. I can't see myself doing what I'm doing right now had it not been for Toastmasters. I would not be prepared. To be able to talk impromptu and get your ideas out, not easy. It's not like you're some professional person that does this 24/7. I'm an upholstery guy. My passion is working on cars. My second passion is giving speeches. It's made me into who I am today. Look into an organization like Toastmasters. There's a whole bunch of stuff that comes onto my feed. Forget the quick fixes. They don't do a thing. I'm telling you, you're wasting your money. You're throwing it away. If you get to a Toastmasters club, it's the monthly dues, if it's an in-person, which is the way I think you should go, and the Toastmaster fees. It could vary anywhere from 100 to 140, 160. If it's an online one, onlines are awesome because you can do speeches anytime, anywhere. Anybody that knows me has heard me say that. There was a point last year where I think I did in less than 8 days, I must have done like 10 speeches, I think, in those 10 days. They were all on Zoom. Even though you don't get the effect of being in front of people, it's great practice. And then when you get in front of people, it's the best way to do it. There's nothing like being in person. And the leadership part comes in when you take on leadership roles within the club. That's big. Right now for the club I'm in, I'm the president. There's nothing like guiding a club. It's a great opportunity to grow in ways you never expected to. So please, look into Toastmasters in the long run. For the 100 and whatever, every 6 months, it doesn't even compare to those thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that you'll spend on those quick fixes. And everybody knows putting a shot into you or doing the most newest fat diet doesn't get you anywhere. You'll end up in the same place you were or worse later on. So just think about it. If there's something I could say, go Toastmasters. Number 3, your image. Image is something that's so important to me. If I could wear a suit 24/7, I would. But that's not what I do on a daily basis. I gotta work on my cars, on my projects. Guys, present yourself professionally and people will treat you with respect. There's a story I always tell. At one of the clubs on a Monday morning, there's a Starbucks right by that club. I went in there, suited up. Good morning, sir. It was the weirdest thing. And I am not a person that gets off on extra attention. That's not it. I just watch what's going around, what's happening around me, and the way people react. In the afternoon, I went back to that same Starbucks. I had a customer that had me do some work on his car close to that Starbucks. My hands were dirty. I was spraying an interior and I couldn't get the color off of me, and I wanted a latte. I walked in. It was the same person that I had served me that morning. Was standoffish. They stood away from the counter as if I had cooties, like if I was a person that lived on the street. Like I had some germs on me. When I handed them the money, paid for the latte, they threw the change back at me. Didn't want to give it to me. In the morning, they literally put it right here. People treat you the way you're dressed, whether you like it or not. That's just a fact. There are other times I just get blown away. After a club meeting, I have to post the roles for the next meeting, and I've never seen them at a Starbucks screen. That time I had a croissant and again a latte. They brought it to my table. They never do that. I can't believe it. I could walk in the same day. They won't do that. They'll call it out, latte, croissant. They don't bring it to your table. There was another time I was at a dealership. I was here in Orange County. There was a seminar that had gone on that day, and one of my accounts called me up and said, "Hey Jesse, can you come by and look at a car?" And I was dressed up for that. I don't care if people don't wear suits anymore. If they don't want to dress up, it's up to them. So I went to that seminar. I bet you at that seminar there wasn't, I don't think there were 10 of us that were suited up. I wear the suit out of respect for what we are working on. It's sort of when you look back years ago when people would fly, they'd get dressed up. Nowadays, you can get in pajamas and shorts and walk onto a plane. I think it's better if you present yourself professionally and people will treat you with more respect and kindness. Whether we like it or not, that's just the world we live in. So going back to that dealership, I was in a double-breasted suit jacket. I took it off. I had suspenders, some nice slacks, and my French cuff shirt. I get out of the car and I'm looking for the car that you called me about. So I'm walking around, I find it. So I open the door and I look in, and the manager with another gentleman, which was the actual owner of the car that I was going to look at, he didn't recognize me because I was dressed up. The manager of the dealership comes up to me and says, "Sir, are you the attorney that just called me about the Lamborghini? This isn't a car for you." I was looking at the Range Rover. And I looked at him and I said, "Don't you recognize me?" And he goes, "No. I'm Jesse. I'm the one that does the leather repairs at this dealership." And his son, he can't believe. The other guy, turns out, I had done some work for him also, and he didn't recognize me. So the point is, dress up and people will treat you with respect. More than you can imagine. Maybe I'm old school, but I'm telling you, believe me, people treat you depending on how you present yourself. Health-wise, I'm here. I could easily have said this morning, I'm burnt out. I need a few minutes to get my head together. And what did I do? I'm here, disciplined. You cannot. That's the thing. I can go rah, 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 motivation, motivation, motivation. And we all know motivation comes and goes. Heard it a million times. Have your systems in place. Your discipline, it gets you through it. So in a nutshell, that is what the CTC is all about. My building principles, as I said, are commitment, tenacity, and consistent work ethic. That's what holds up CTC. Those are the 4 subjects that I'll be talking about in the future. I'm going to be looking to interview people that may be interesting, and as I go, I can adjust it. Whatever I see that the viewers of this channel are interested in, I'll adjust it as I go. But it'll be on those 4 subjects. On being self-employed, on communication leadership, your image, and then when it comes to image, if you ever need a suit, you gotta go. A lot of people don't like this brand, but for what you pay for it and the things that you get, I don't think anything compares. Indochino. It's the closest thing to a perfect custom suit. And I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's the greatest fabric in the world. I'm not saying anything like that. But if you compare that brand and other brands, I don't think anybody comes close. And you may have your own likes of other brands. And if you want to go spend 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, whatever it is, you could use that money for something else. Have a fantastic day. And thank you for those of you who joined me on the live. I look forward to doing this again. And in the future, I'll have many more topics to talk about. Have a fantastic day. This is Jesse on the CTC LAB. No excuses, no shortcuts to excellence.